We didn't set out to highlight the most gorgeous sounding music from the up-and-comers on this year's Sasquatch bill, but it's a welcome coincidence. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more scenic music fest than this northwestern gem seated along the Columbia River Canyon in tiny town called George, Washington. The 15th annual celebration, running May 27th to 30, will be headlined by the likes of The Cure, Disclosure, Florence Plus the Machine, and Major Lazer, but you know all about those guys already. Here are some can't-miss names from the lower half of the poster.
Tamarind.
The Sound. A showcase star burns her sneakers, buys a synth, and goes Phoenix. The Story. New Zealand-born Tamarind Brown spent the first few years and 2 albums of her career basking in the hazy, heavy guitars and drifting opioid vocals of genuine single-quote 90s style showgaze. With 2015's Chronicus, she became an art pop goddess. Hands All Over Me signified the change, moving her voice, suddenly crystal clear in its seductive sound and intent, to the front of a glistening, driven combination of Gary Neiman synths, pounding electronic drums, chiming effects and, yes, My Bloody Valentine-like bursts of buzzing atmosphere. Tamarind's transformation was born of a move from San Francisco to New York City, and a new collaboration with producer Jorge Elbricht, the sonic wizard behind violins and Lansing Dryden, and co-writer Sean Durkin, also of Lo-Fi Posse Weekend. But the project is fueled by Brown's fully realized vision, a darkly gleaming thing she's unleashed in other arenas too, from reshaping Dum Dum Girl's image ahead of their last album, to overseeing the score for Bret Easton Ellis' new cult-focused serial The Deleted. Oh, and she directs videos too, Pete the Lynchian Sugar Fix, where Brown goes the way of Laura Palmer.
Soak.
The Sound. A teen's diary entries animated and set swaying the psychedelic folk. The Story. The teenage heart is an unguided dart, sings Britty Mons Watson on Be a Nobody, softly plucking her guitar. We're trying hard to make something of what we are. The Irish singer/songwriter was 18 when she recorded that line, the opening words of 2015 art folk opus Before We Forgot How to Dream, and she can now consider the lyric a prophecy self-fulfilled. Back then, she was touring Europe, skate parks gratis. More recently, she supported Lumineers, had her LP called Album of the Year by U2 on Twitter, and racked up a ton of awards, plus a Mercury Prize nom. It's easy to see why Sea Creatures is all about the alienation and absurdity of crossing over into adulthood, but her small voice sways nimbly through a breezy soundscape melding malt shop pop with schmaltzy symphonics. It's the brand of trippy meets catchy that Richard Swift does so well, CLPs by Damien Murato and the Shins, but rich with all of the unguarded playfulness and emotion of the artist's age. But Soak transcends her own pomp and circumstance too, pounding the spare, 24-windowed house with a voice that transmits an Ian's worth of heartache.
L.A. Lose.
The Sound. Spooky surf rock splashing up against the sun-baked psychedelic desert. The Story. In 2013, only a year after the Seattle surf rock quartet formed, La Luce's tour van hit a patch of black ice, slid into a concrete barrier, and later, while they were waiting for AAA, was smashed by a semi. Somehow, this convinced the band to double down on everything. They hit the road even harder, moved to Los Angeles, and set up shop in a San Dimas surf shop to record 2015's Weirdo Shrine, a perfectly imperfect platter of shadowy prairie punk, warped doo-wop, and beachy buffage. Ty Segall manned the boards, while the women did their thing, marrying 4-part close harmonies to raw jumbles of shimmery melody and tumbling rhythms led, of course, by Shauna Cleveland's ripping fuzz rocket of a guitar. Her drawl, as heard on You Disappear, makes all their acid-dipped songs about loneliness, obsession, and death all the more spine-tingling. I don't want to go out except to the ocean where the wind is loud, she sings on True Love Knows. Thankfully, Lalus have the habit of not only bringing the noise, but also the seaside, to whatever stage they play.
Kevin Garrett.
The Sound. Electronic R&B lemonade for those tired of eating love's lemons. The Story. You may not know the man's name, but you've heard his work, even if you only listened to, say, the first 10 seconds of Beyonce's Lemonade. And let's be real, nobody stopped there. That's because this Pittsburgh-born, Brooklyn-based singer co-wrote and co-produced the opening salvo of that R&B pop masterwork, Pray You Catch Me, a song that bears his hallmarks: dramatic piano hits, rumbling bass synth, slowly gathering ether, and incredibly soulful vocals. On Kevin Garrett's very aptly named debut ep, Melodrama, he flexes his own pipes amid that moody mix, landing somewhere between the lonesome falsettos of James Blake, an obvious production influence, and the emotive belting of Sam Smith, whose shared love for the song coloring. That heartbreaker of a single wrestles with the lover who can't commit while sonic storm clouds gather in a gradual swell of melodic low-end shot through with lightning strikes of live percussion. For her part, Katy Perry tweeted a link to Control, a quieter number that plumbs even deeper pain. Say you don't believe in me, just so I can finally leave, Garrett pleads. It's gorgeous sadness.
To see the source of article, you can get the link in the video description.
If you like this video, don't forget to pick like and share. Please subscribe.